Alright, that's up. Recording. There we go. Okay, we're now just waiting on everyone. I'm pulling it up on my phone. The chat. No! Thank you. I know I got YouTube Premium for just a second. Just because I was downloading something important. View channel. Here we go. Alright. Let's do this. So yes, hello everyone, welcome. I am here with Athene. She's kind of just watching me today because she got me the Stanley Parable, the Ultra Deluxe, I guess. And I've seen a couple of small things here and there. Always thought that'd be funny. And I've never actually played the game. So I'm going into this completely blind. But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. Hopefully
I myself have played this game and loved it.
Nice. Alright, here we go. Let's begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
That sounds so bland, my dude.
Soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
How could you be relishing in that? That's like so sad.
Stanley was happy.
Wait, that's just his job.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his
I'm
desk for
sure
nearly
about
an
that.
hour when he
I mean, like,
realized
he
that
looks
not one
pretty content where
single
he's
order
sitting.
had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No
He's very
one
happy
showed
about
up
his
to
job.
give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits,
Are you just the disembodied voice of, like, his innermost self? Is that who you are, narrator?
No, he's total. He's glorious.
Me who wants to touch everything. Okay, first of all, why does the cabinets make keyboard clicky noises?
Because they do.
And the door. Oh.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No.
I don't
This
think I've
couldn't
been
go
trained
anywhere
for
except
that.
badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had
I will let
years
you
gone
know,
by?
he will
no
never
longer
shut
had the
up.
ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would
Now I'm locked.
Soon, very soon
he
now,
locked you in
this
there.
will end. He will
Curse
be
you!
spoken. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
Curse you,
Now
narrator!
it's even closer.
Let me out!
Here it
Let me out!
I never got that ending before.
Why must you not let me in the door?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Ooh, I want that phone. I want to spin that dial, man. Just the casual who farted.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I don't care, narrator. I'm gonna touch everything.
I had the same reaction, man.
Wonder, could I? Nah! I'm going back!
Nope, can't.
Bruh. Who said you can let me have... Who said you can have power over my life?
He did.
Did anybody teach you manners, Mr. Narrator? I can turn things off. See, narrator, you don't have complete control of my life. I can turn things off. And I'll be proud to turn them off. I want to put more input in.
1 second, I'm still watching. I'm just gonna be muted for a sec.
Okay. Hello, welcome. Let's see here. Just a phone in a box with a mug. Also, yes, hello, Janice. Hello. Aw, I want to be in here. What does that say? Coffee nut. Okay.
Alrighty, I'm back.
When
Welcome
Stanley
back.
came to a set of
this
two
room.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The door on your left. You can't
Let's
touch
study
the
the botany, huh?
plant. You can't touch the plant.
I want to, though! I love
No
this
touching the plant.
plant!
No.
So
Are
he
you gonna
wants
listen to
me...
him? He wants you to go to the door on your left.
Nah, bro, I'm going right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nah, bro, I want to mess with you.
Gotta touch everything.
Yes,
I want that
truly a room
notebook.
worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can't have pop, I'm sorry.
No! I
No
can't
pop.
even see
I'm
outside.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Hey, there's some really good... You know what, mister? I really enjoy
This
the
Stanley's
absolute...
obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why
But the
everyone
chair's texture! It has a good height map! How can you not love the height map, mister?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue.
Stop
But
looking
when
at
a
the
long
knitted
time had
chair.
passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Go on. You got my attention now, sir.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Look into my brain. I am very much ADHD.
Are you gonna listen to him? Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So what? I wanted... This room was more interesting. uh...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Bruh.
What? Did you gain freeze?
No.
Oh,
This
just
is
thinking.
it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back
How about
into
now?
your life. She's been waiting.
Who's been
Gotta go
waiting?
get her.
Me? Has he been waiting for me?
No.
Fragile. I mean, like, I am a fantastic... I am a fantastic young lady. And I'm good looking, too.
You're flirting with Stanley. You just met him.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Are you gonna pick it up?
Fine, just because I'm a nice girl.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
This is your
This
apartment.
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What, did you put me in? What, am I in that city all the way out? And there's a, like, a test nuke ready to be literally dropped?
The inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button.
There's no
Now
escape.
He's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
There's no escape. This is your life.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
You sure about that?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
That's actually timed. The sun's actually timed to that.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two
Me
open
just like
doors and that he could
admiring
go through
the
either.
construction of the game.
Last choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line
Excuse
that waved
me?
in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy. And
I
so
love how
instead,
there's
he
now, like,
relived
file
it
cabinets
again,
over there.
And then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
I have
How
no
could there
clue.
possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
Oh, you're turning the room into the office. I do not approve. I do not approve of this message.
Life is the real one.
You'll never take me.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Wow. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nah.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nah, it's because there was another door and I wanted to see what that would have done.
This room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sure.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I don't know, bro. That button looks mighty interesting. Yeah, it's too interesting.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Call from Margie.
Oh, come on! I love when my family's trying to call me.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Jerk.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yeah.
Ah, welcome.
Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
You gonna run me over? Because this looks like you're gonna run me over. Fine, you can run me over. Here, run me over. I'm willing. Run me over!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh my, that gave me... That reminded me a lot of a movie. Quite an old movie. What was it? I'm sure it'll come to me.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Alright, dude, we'll do
Stanley
the door
decided
you
to go
want
to
me
the
to
meeting
go
room.
through.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah!
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
My beloved, hello,
Let's find
Botany!
the story.
Now you're just teasing me. Man. Fine, we'll go through the left door because you wanted me to.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Inner guilt.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Did this just become the back rooms for like 1 second?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now there's no doors.
It's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oh. I hate Monday. Every school kid's nightmare. Monday! Oh, that computer's not on.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
I don't like this hall. I don't like this hall. This is some very blue walls.
Wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh, man. Did a bear run through here? Or a bunch of zombies? What is that? Mold? Or blood? Narrator, what have you done?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Thanks.
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh, someone's playing solitaire. Nice. Can't turn you off, though. That line is very enticing.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation
Who
of the
paints a
nature
line
of
on a
life
wall?
itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience
painted
of your
these
existence
lines?
rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know
Yo!
what? I think what we need
Narrator,
right
you
now
an
is a bit of
artist?
music
This
to
looks
lighten the mood.
amazing! Oh! Financial records, corporate imbalances. I noticed that
Cut the
little
music.
bit.
Go back and look at that fern.
Sure.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
You don't want to miss anything.
Thank you for the detailed plant narrator. I love plants. Can I take it home? I'll make sure to get a potted. I'll get a pot with dirt and I'll put it in and I'll keep it as a plant and make sure I water it every day. It will be my child.
It's very important that you remember this plant, though. It's like, gotta remember it. Do you remember the plant?
I have short-term memory. I probably won't ever remember it.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our
That
own
was like
story?
the most fun part of the story, dude.
Mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Go along.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley.
For a minute,
I'm
I was like,
ready
wait a
for
minute.
it.
It's like we're going in circles there, bud.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
But I like the colorful line. Come back,
No
Mr. Line. Come back. I love the line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
There you go.
Ah!
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending.
17 minutes
You're
to
telling
get
me
here.
That's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, Who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite
guess
sure
so.
if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
Oh, that got me off guard so bad. Ow, a little
All
bit
his
to that.
coworkers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, it is pretty
Stanley
loud.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, now we can do the left door.
I can see you, Janice.
Hello. Yep.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Huh. Looks like they were definitely having issues.
Yep.
Ensure that the employees and everything is okay. I doubt that. Now I just gotta see what this thing's gonna state. Rate of which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of the increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts. The boss appreciation minute. Why did we hire you? Plant life. Spring break. Clear skin. A boat.
Don't get fired. There's great advice right there. Just don't get fired.
Pick it up passively, aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Okay, so we've now seen them all.
Yep. Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah, how about no? I like this broom closet. I want to live in it.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Hello, Red! Welcome!
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yeah, we live in the closet now. Rent is really low, you know?
Yeah.
Are you really still
Just,
in the broom closet?
It's pretty
Standing
living
around
prices
doing
in this
nothing?
closet.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because closets are amazing. They've got all the necessities you could ever need to literally beat mold, wash and bathe in chemicals, eat chemicals. It's truly the best life of all.
You would have had a reason for exploring.
Yeah, this place is like a clean in there too.
Occur to me because literally this closet is of
Also, we got a beautiful
no
door.
significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to
One of
mention
those
it.
mop cart things right there.
Totally could ride in it
Maybe
to work.
you, this is somehow its
Yep.
own branch.
There's our car.
Maybe when you go talk about this with
There's
your
a broom
friends,
to
you'll
take
say,
out the rats to try
"Oh,
moving in as
did
well."
you get the
Yep.
broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite. I hope your friends find this concerning.
Except for when your friend
Stanley was
is the one encouraging you.
He was stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Hello, Knitting Sparkle. You're smart.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion
Sparkle.
about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here.
I mean, there's everything here. What are you talking about, narrator? There's duct tape.
Duct tape.
Well, in a situation like this, the
copper
responsible thing
wire.
is to alert someone nearby so as to
Innard.
ensure that your
Is that a
body is
ratchet?
taken care of before it begins
Yo,
to
it's a ratchet.
Hello?
We just need to. We just gotta stick 2 ears on it and put a little robot on that little wrench. On that ratchet.
Number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term
I
sustainability
want
of your
that
species.
pliers.
Please remove their corpse from the area
down.
and instruct
want
another
the
human
screwdriver
to
up
take
there.
their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I like to live here. Like, seriously. I like living here. This is great. I'm not leaving. Ever. You can't make me.
He's giving you the cold shoulder.
I'm just gonna sit right here. You can't make me.
If you're gonna be living here, you have to at least wash your floors. Come on, man.
That's true. But I can't pick up the broom.
boxes.
Can't pick up the broom, though. I can't pick up
Your
the
arms are
broom.
broken.
I don't have
Your arms are
hands.
broken.
They're just nubs.
No, your hands are a keyboard, don't you know? That's why every time you touch anything, you make keyboard noises.
Oh, true. True that. I also apparently have no feet. Or legs. Or a body.
Poor body. You're just a floating conscious that is a keyboard.
Wow.
Yep, no hands. You don't get hands.
Look, Ma!
But also,
No hands!
but also, he won't do anything else. You're just gonna sit in here for however long you want to sit in here.
Good. Okay.
He was escaped from his grasp.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
What do you mean, second player?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. That's a nice looking bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime? to commit crime, isn't it, Rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one.
Stream toilets.
You're rich out of your mind, and you're looking at extreme toilets, and this is the toilet you buy?
Yep.
Bruh, this is a Sims 4 toilet, and most of the time these things break and leak and literally have a water fountain like water spewing out of them. That's like the worst toilet you could have gotten it.
On this one, don't you know if you get on this one, it turns into a car and it goes out the window?
Oh, I want to do that. Ooh, plant my friend. I want to live there. Ooh, computer.
Old computer.
But those are the best ones, don't you know?
Yep.
Indoor monthly
Careful with the
graphs.
elevator. I did get a copyright strike from the music it plays in there.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Yep.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
There's actually a way to break the
unraveled,
game.
Stanley wondered in
If you go
disbelief
backwards when
who
that door's closing
orchestrated
and
this.
manage to get
What
out,
dark secret
can't,
was being held from him?
break the game.
What he could
Nice.
not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
There you go.
Yeah, my brain had
By
a
simply
moment.
pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley
saw the
happened to
moment.
input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, are you trying to outlive a doomsday event, Mr. Boss?
Yep. Yep.
Apparently the zombies did not take too kindly to that. Is that solar panels? It looks like a Japanese house to me.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I'm gonna be honest, that sounded like the cracking of a whip. That is probably what they used to make that sound, to be honest. Which is why I
Stanley
recognized
walked
it.
straight ahead
Probably.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Are you gonna escape or are you gonna go where he wants you to go?
Peace! I'm out! Bye!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, good.
The
I
door
wanna
behind
die.
him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Sure. I mean, like... I've heard the party's good in hell.
I'm dying.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this
Wow,
world
this truly is a party.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
I'm glad I went this
plucking
way.
the eyeballs from a blind man.
Yep.
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Goodbye.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Whoa. Hello, Miss Narrator. That's new.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Just the office layout, and then it just goes into absolute chaos after that one room. Filing cabinets. Office computers. The office.
Buttons.
That's actually kind of cool.
Credits.
Nice. This is actually kind of cool.
It is.
I definitely know there's like way more to see than just this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a false ending.
Yep.
Or false end, should I say.
At least it is a ending. We have been playing for about over an hour or so.
Really?
Almost an hour. 53 minutes.
Jeez.
Okay, I get one good look at this. I've never played the game.
Stanley stood on the roof. Now then, this elevator for sure would get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story. Stanley jumped in the river.
3 separate times over 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the
Now
final
look closer,
game.
Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on the lift. He traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever.
That's really cool. As someone who's made some smaller games in high school, it is one of those things that is really interesting. Especially as a Blender artist, you learn a lot of neat tricks. Don't tease me with that! You jerk!
Nope.
of the countdown ending. Interesting. Monitor room elevator. Countdown room.
There's so much stuff in this area.
This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Wow. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game. Options. Return to menu. Escape menu. Just realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Agreed.
Oh, little puppy.
The apartment timer. That just gives me, I don't know why, but Portal vibes. Meeting room. I love this stuff, man.
Oh, you're pretending there's a puppy. Okay.
Trailers. Three different office rooms. Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Wow.
Lots of upgrades.
Okay, so likely how they've done this. Oh. I was right!
Yeah,
So-
it's just a white box.
They created a white box to give the illusion of light.
Yep. Or endless void.
Yep.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Did something change up here?
I don't think so, no.
Nope. I got tricked for a second.
Yep.
Puppy dogs! Send me some cats in the chat.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep. Okay. I've been playing this for over an hour. I'm exhausted now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take.
Change out there. Interesting.
So I'm gonna take a break. We'll play it again sometime. Thank you guys for joining. It was a fun time. I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully we can play some more of this and see where we get to next. Bye.
Bye.